Leading in crisis, being resilient and building resilience in others. We've explored a number of models to help us with this work of leading with resilience and building resilience. Diane Kutu's three-pronged model of facing reality, improvising and anchoring in meaning. Holling and Gunderson's approach to considering the S-curve, where we measure potential over time, and adding a third axis, connectedness, where the objective is optimize connectedness while we maximize potential. We optimize connectedness in order to maximize resilience. We've looked at David Snowden and Mary Boone's approach to framing decision-making in terms of the knowns and the unknowns and the unknowables, recognizing that in a world which is more simple or even perhaps complicated, there are some knowns. We can afford to have a technical decision-making approach. But in a world where it's mostly unknowns and unknowables, it's complex and chaotic. We need to move from technical to adaptive in order to be able to be relevant. We've explored the work of Arie de Geus that links to decision-making, where Arie de Geus in The Living Company talks about a need for greater tolerance for newness and sensitivity to the changing external environment. And we've extended our focus to how to anchor in meaning and what this means in terms of moving the mindset from reactive for survival to mindful, creating a learning environment. And the implication for that in terms of the strategic leadership pyramid, where purpose sits at the top pointy end of the pyramid and execution down at the broad-based bottom. But in a world that is chaotic and disordered, we need to consider how to flip the pyramid so that the broad element of the pyramid is more focused on the purpose, revisiting our purpose and our values. And the implication being that maybe more time is needed to reinvent the strategy so that we execute in a new and relevant way. And what I want us to do now is explore the topic of how to experiment. We need to invoke the work of generative learning from Daniel Kim. So when we go about deciding and acting, we don't do it in a rote way where we do the same thing and we get the same result. We have to ask ourselves, how do we do differently in order to create results with greater relevance? In other words, we reflect on the quality of our decision making and we observe the quality of actions and results. And we build the quality of our relating and relationships with others so that the quality of our thinking improves. And this becomes a virtuous cycle. We continually pivot so that we improve the quality of our decision making and the quality of our actions and the quality of our results. I would like to explore Cantor's 4-player model, because what Cantor does is invite consciousness into the leadership engagement space. There are 4 roles, according to Cantor, that need to be present when we are making strategic decisions. We need movers. Without movers, there's no direction. We need followers. Without followers, there's no completion. With movers and followers, we get advocacy, momentum for moving forward. But, says Cantor, we also need opposers, because without opposers, there's no opportunity for correction, for refinement, for improvement. And we need bystanders. Bystanders are not active, but they are not negatively passive. Without bystanders, there's no perspective. And with opposers who offer correction and bystanders who offer perspective, we have deeper inquiry. The 4-player model, according to Cantor, in an effective leadership team, there need to be movers who provide direction, followers who bring closure and completion, opposers who provide that correction, and bystanders who create perspective. Thank you. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode of Leading in Crisis, Being Resilient and Building Resilience in Others. If you'd like to explore any of these concepts in a more practical and personal way, either for yourself or for your organization, please do contact us. We'd love to hear from you. We have a range of services, one-on-one and for teams. Strategic Leadership Sounding Board, Thinking Partner Coaching, Strategy and Leadership Development Interventions. Looking forward to hearing from you and seeing you watching the next episode. Thank you.